So right off the heels of this whole Jack's Film Sniper Wolf React drama, it seems like we're getting a whole other reaction channel drama. It's basically being linked to YouTubers and Twitch streamers. To be honest, it almost feels like right after Jack made his videos about Sniper Wolf and how she steals TikToks and whatever else, it seems like that kind of reignited the conversation around this, which has been a big deal for a few years, which is basically the idea that a lot of Twitch streamers will react to YouTube videos and not add very much commentary, and a lot of YouTubers feel like they're basically stealing their stuff, right?
Weasley little liar, dude. What a Weasley little liar, dude.
One particular genre that gets reacted to a lot on Twitch streams is video essay content, like what I do on my main channel. I've had a few of my videos reacted to by these Twitch streamers. I haven't personally caused a big stink about it because I feel like I'm not, losing out on that much money from them reacting to my stuff personally. But, I'm also a larger creator on my main channel. I've got 850,000 subscribers. So I think that for some smaller channels who have maybe 50 to 100K subs or even smaller than that, seeing a big streamer react to your stuff, make a bunch of money off it, and then you profit nothing is very frustrating. And I think that a lot of smaller YouTubers are justifiably upset about the fact that it seems like their content is getting ripped for these large streamers. You put like 100 hours of work into a video and then a streamer just turns on their stream, reacts to it with their audience, and makes 3 times the money because not only do they collect donations, but they then repost that on YouTube with almost the same exact thumbnail, right? And this is a big deal that I think a lot of YouTubers have a problem with. And it all starts here with this channel called Lemmino. Now I'm sure you guys know Lemmino. He makes some pretty great video essays. I used to watch him all the way back when he was called Top 10 Facts, but he's been posting a lot of cool stuff since then, and he makes some pretty good videos. And this video, titled The Kennedy Assassination, was a big deal for YouTube. He only posts like once a year, and when he does post, they get millions of views because of the, the high effort he puts into them. I mean, if you watch this video, the visuals alone, are absolutely insane. They're all like handcrafted by him. I believe he made all of it. On top of all the impressive animation, the 3D modeling he does, the cool editing. On top of that, there's also, the writing, the research that goes into this, which undoubtedly takes longer than the editing, longer than the visuals. And so from that perspective, it's very understandable why someone will be mad when they see XQC react to this. Here we have a video called The Kennedy Assassination. XQC reacts to Lemmino. It has 367,000 views. This is on his official YouTube channel. And if you haven't noticed, this video is 1 hour and 53 minutes. This video by Lemmino is 1 hour and 38 minutes. So at most, XQC added about 10 minutes-ish of content. I guess more like 15 maybe. If you want to be generous, maybe he added 15, but I would guess there's some dead air in there as well. So, just when he wasn't playing the video, or maybe he left or something like that. And one thing that a lot of people have pointed out is there's actually a point in that video where XQC gets up to basically get some food, and he leaves the video on for 6 minutes, and like there's no added commentary during that time period. You can see here he's not even in frame right now. Now, in fairness, the video is paused during this point, but regardless of that, I think a lot of people are pretty frustrated with the fact that this guy basically just rips this content. He doesn't add anything to it really. He doesn't have much of a insightful reaction. But I think that one thing that a lot of people are leaving out of this conversation is that ultimately the person that needs to be heard from in all of this is Lemmino. You want to hear what he has to say. And as far as I can tell, he has said absolutely nothing about this. If you go to his Twitter account, he hasn't made absolutely no public comment. He hasn't said anything about it. So while I would guess he probably doesn't love this kind of content, he doesn't seem to have a problem with it. Probably because of the fact that he's a big creator. He has a successful Patreon that makes a bunch of money. And as a result, he's not really in desperate need of the money he would get from those 300,000 views that XQC got. But regardless of that, there was some drama on Twitter that went down. It kind of starts with this tweet from this guy named Bub Films. It says, Lemmino spends months researching, scripting, and editing video just for React streamers to re-upload the entire thing and provide zero input. And this tweet has 75,000 likes. And it really, goes to show that there is a huge sentiment on Twitter of people who really, really hate these React streamers. They don't like them. They don't think that they make good content. And they see it as kind of scummy that they just, sit and react to this stuff, right? And here we have another reaction from Hassan Piker. It says, how did they miss that? And this has, this is 2 hours and 23 minutes. So in fairness, Hassan added like a considerable amount more content. He added about 40 to even 50 minutes of reaction. You guys know I'm not someone who likes Hassan, but based on this, it seems like he did add more. Here we have Dolan Dark in the comment section saying, I actually enjoy his commentary. These were some of my favorite moments. And you see him drinking Coke, drinking Coke, and then leaving. Here Bub Film says, my favorite was Hassan's reaction when he went to the bathroom for 10 minutes. I'm not actually sure if he did that, but it seems like kind of a situation where a lot of people are angry about this reaction content. And they see it as kind of scummy. And this Bub Films tweet also got a reaction from Mudahar, who obviously is a huge creator, right? 2 million subscribers. And he says, just a shame garbage like this fills the recommended tab. And this one got 100,000 likes. So a lot of people are passionate about the issue based on that. And it started a whole argument between Mudahar and XQC where they started tweeting at each other. They had a little bit of back and forth. It starts here where XQC responds to this tweet and he says, I wonder what triggers people like you so much. Revenue share? Audience split? Algorithm? I've heard this complaint a million times and most public figures try to attack it from multiple angles just to fall flat on their face. I'm watching a vid I like to my people. people. That's it. And of course, XQC, is not taking into account the fact that, I mean, he is watching a vid with his people. And I think that part of the conversation a lot of people are missing is with some of these bigger channels like Lemmino getting reacted to by one of these huge streamers. I think what XQC is doing is scummy from his perspective, but I don't think he's taking away that much from Lemmino. I think if people really like the Lemmino video, if they were going to subscribe to him and they really actually appreciate his content, then based on that XQC reaction, they're going to go seek out that video, maybe watch it themselves, and they're going to subscribe for future content. I don't think they're just going to totally rely on XQC to watch those videos in the future. Now, if they do, that's a problem, but at the same time, I mean, there's clearly an audience there for that, so it's hard to totally blame XQC, It's more of a problem of media literacy among the public, right? People being aware of the fact that, this kind of content does, at the end of the day, potentially take away a little bit of money from the creator who made the original video. And whether they care or not is another discussion. Here you have Justin Wang right here with a picture of Donald Trump pointing to, it looks like a few mentally disabled fellows. And here we have Mudahar responding saying, I know you're not the brightest, but I didn't expect you to be this intellectually dishonest. Nothing inherently is triggering when you view live content on a different platform. It's when you re-upload the content to the same platform and have it copy the same metadata to further cannibalize. I get it depends on the creator whose content you're freebooting, but in your own words just now you claim that you were just sharing a video with your fans with no intention to critique or transform it for fair use purposes. We demonize individuals like Jinx back in 2017. In large, we do so as well today. This type of content is even frowned upon by YouTube in large, or any web page, as repetitive and duplicate content. YouTube will often change its algorithm to fight algorithm abusive content like this. For example, the reply era, initial reactions in the 2017 era. I know you've watched The Dark Knight and animes like Hunter x Hunter, why not re-upload those as well? You also realize claiming content isn't a task any creator can just do. It requires access to elevated content management systems only the larger studios and media groups have. Educate yourself. And this is kind of true because I know that XQC has reacted to some seriously copyrighted stuff like, Hunter x Hunter or The Dark Knight, but obviously he hasn't uploaded those reactions to YouTube because he knows he's going to get copyright claimed. But he does want to upload the reaction to Lemmino because he knows that YouTubers generally don't fight back, they don't take an issue with it, and they're not going to cause some big stink about it, right? And here XQC left this long reply. He said, damn, I know you like using big words so that people will give your takes more importance, but filling your unfounded criticism full of personal attacks and using anecdotal evidence to prove that the content is cannibalistic by nature. I get it now, it's all for show, you have no substance. I guess it makes sense that you are upset everyone is reacting to actual good content instead of whatever you post. Little brother used a 2017 example twice and tried to cash in his win early. This might get you Twitter drone likes, but you know how this works internally. You have the stats to back it up. You didn't use any because you know how it will show the exact opposite of the phenomenon. Also, I talked to most of the YouTubers I take big content pieces from to react to. Maybe send at Daily Dose of Internet a call and compare numbers on uploads and reacts. I'm on the defense, so I'll let you pull up some stats. After all, I'm the dumb one, right? Until then, keep malding, he said keep malding. Holy shit. Keep malding, little brother. We know why you posted that tweet in the first place. Insecurity is a bitch, isn't it? Bites you when you least expect it and makes you look weak. Also, don't make a money argument type. I'm probably the one that cares the least about residual YouTube ad rev. It comprises of maybe 1% of my total income. I do it to please my community. You know this already anyway, you just keep pretending you don't. Now write another essay to farm some impressions. Maybe you generate enough Twitter revenue to shut the fuck up the next time you wake up and feel like a weak ass soy boy. Take care. Whoa. Dude, he's throwing shots are across the bow from XQC. I feel like usually he's not this savage. In fairness, if he was on stream, he wouldn't have been able to even, say this out loud without, it's good to see him, flinging some shit, even if I think he's pretty wrong. No one brought up income as an example, except for your insecure ass. Damn, so this is the no you thing, okay? XQC says you're insecure, and then Mudahar says, no, XQC, you are the one who is insecure. We talked about impressions on the platform being cannibalized. Did your team reach out to mine when you reacted to some of my content as well? Seems not, so you can't be using the fact you communicated to one creator as an example. Impressions are cannibalized as they tend to take up finite space in the recommendations engine that will consistently show the streamer over the original piece as the account matures. You can watch Dark Viper AU or recently Jack's films on the subject. This platform is important to me for the rest of the friends I have on it, so yeah, I get a bit passionate on the subject. Stop deflecting and saying this is for impressions farming on Twitter. My account makes plenty of impressions without this topic anyways. Also, please point out where I brought up AdSense money in the original post besides from discussing the claim system on YouTube. The system that requires an MCN or elevated permissions most creators have no access to. Here we have XQC saying watch time for impressions equals ads equals money. He tried it. Bro tried to pretend he makes uploads out of the kindness of his heart. Get yo in the bed, bruh, you look stupid. And here we have Mudahar saying, what is the point you're responding to? We're talking about cannibalizing impressions. We know impressions lead to ad return. So you're essentially saying you care about impressions and not about the money it comes with. Gotcha. I'm out of arguments on this one. You are a god. And Mudahar's final message in this argument says, I'm saying impressions lead to a long-term organic channel growth that gets cannibalized when it has to compete with itself as reaction content flooding the algorithms. Obviously, everyone does this more, some monetary benefit, but what's more important in the long term is the growth of channels, which does appear to be hampered by this influx of reactive content. content. That's all. Now, I'm curious if this is actually true. I know Dark Viper AU conducted some kind of like scuffed study about this. I don't know how accurate his numbers are. On one hand, I guess maybe part of the reason I'm more indifferent to this time around is because I feel like we've seen this happen 1,000 times over and nothing has changed and nothing will change. And I think that Destiny brought up a good point about this, where he basically said, this doesn't make sense. If the whole YouTube community hates reactions as much as some, Dark Viper AU are claiming, wouldn't they be seen as heroes for DMCAing evil React streamers? And he's basically saying that people should like DMCA people who react to your stuff. The reality is most of the people on stream were never going to watch the video anyway. There's maybe an argument for brand new videos being released and having those views cannibalized by streamers, but then I just ask, why not DMCA one or two of the channels reacting? Streamers would probably never watch your content again. And I think this is true. And I think that it's actually very easy to get access to the YouTube copyright claim system if you really want to claim stuff like this. I don't even think you need a Google account to fill out a copyright claim. You can just, you can claim the video. You can maybe have it taken down personally. I feel like as far as copyright claiming it, I think that's kind of the best way to go. I wouldn't have it taken down, but if you copyright claim it, then you can just reap the ad revenue from that video. The money will go to you. And most of these big streamers, I mean, losing money on one or two videos is not going to be a big issue for them. And I think they kind of know they're in the wrong as far as the React content itself. So I feel like they're not going to cause a big issue with that and go after you on Twitter and be like, this guy claimed my stuff, because then the obvious response is like, well, you just basically watched my entire video and said nothing about it on stream. So yeah, I kind of want the money from that. And I feel like from that perspective, maybe that's the best way to go about it. Now, Destiny does seem to have a relative indifference to this issue overall, I will say. He doesn't seem to care. He said, is it already time again for the virtue signaling around evil React content? The reality is it likely causes little to no harm to any of the actual creators on YouTube. If it did, why aren't there legions of creators DMCAing streamers for watching their stuff? Why aren't there tons of YouTubers begging streamers not to watch and react to their stuff? I've never seen so many people crying and pretending to care about such a trivially easy problem to fix. And I will say, one thing I noticed is that a lot of the bigger creators, like Lemmino, or let's say Internet Historian, these kind of big legacy creators who, when they post a video, it's an event. Everyone gathers around the fire to watch their videos. Everyone's like, oh shit, they posted, I want to see their stuff, right? A lot of these bigger guys, they don't cause an issue about this. I think that Mudahar's probably the biggest YouTuber in a long time to cause some kind of stink about this. There was Dark Viper AU, who was mentioned earlier. He's, I guess, more of a streamer than a YouTuber, but I mean, whatever, big content creator, right? I'm gonna be honest, I used to care about this issue more. I understand if you're a small creator, especially, being more frustrated, but I don't know, as time passes, I think that unless the video is super new, then views are not going to be totally cannibalized. Because if the video is super new, like let's say I release a video and I happen to have a lot of audience overlap with Destiny, right? Let's say for argument's sake that I do. And let's say that 1 hour after it comes out, Destiny decides to watch that video on stream, and then he posts a reaction to it the same day. I may lose some of the money and views from that video because, why would you watch the video again when you've already seen it through Destiny stream? That being said, if the video is months old, it's gotten, a decent amount of views, it's gotten a lot of the views it's going to get, it's already got some decent momentum, and then someone like Destiny reacts to it, I think there's probably way less harm caused there. And if anything, the streamer reacting to my stuff, let's say Destiny enjoyed my content and reacted to it, I think if anything, his audience would then go subscribe to me and watch me on their own, especially because they're stream viewers, and stream viewers are known to be very terminally online, and they're people who really like to stay up to date with current events and stuff. So I feel like it would only be a net positive. And so that's why I personally don't go after people who react to my stuff. I know Jadeon reacted to one of my videos at one point, and it was my Andrew Tate video, and he reacted to it, I want to say, I don't know, a week or two after I released it. On one hand, I was like, well, he didn't say that much in his reaction video. But on the other hand, I was like, you know what, whatever. He reacted to it. I got more exposure from it. The video ended up actually doing better as a result of his reaction. And so that's kind of, situations like that have kind of changed my perspective on this, where I get why Mudahar's mad, and I think on paper his argument's right, but honestly, in practice, I tend to agree with Destiny overall more. Now, I will say, as far as like reacting harder, I think that, a lot of these streamers should react harder. They should strive to add something. I think there's an absolutely valid criticism for the fact that a lot of these streamers will just watch content on stream and add absolutely nothing to it. And usually from what I've seen, Destiny adds something to it. And we have a few posts here on a subreddit. This one says, I suspect Destiny is dodging the criticism of his React content. A while back, Destiny got called out for reacting to the latest ContraPoints video on the sub. If you look at the post, Destiny himself has commented, replying to a comment claiming he used to be against the React content, but that was his only response. The poster, at Moosterton, is a YouTuber with a 3K sub channel, and Destiny had reacted to his content before the political tier list. He made a YouTube video about why Destiny is in the wrong. When Destiny was linked this video, he said he didn't want to watch it because the channel only had 3K subs. But this video is now banned on DGG. Destiny later tweeted this. Hot take. Everyone has been raging at React streamers and YouTubers for stealing content, but Adblock has done 100 times more damage to the internet and creators, big and small, than copyright violations ever will, and everyone in the industry would agree. And I mean, you can see me in the comment section here saying that I would agree with that take. I mean, I think that, you can use Adblock if you want. I'm not going to go and make a ton of videos about how Adblock is evil, but at the same time, Adblock does prevent ads from being shown on free entertainment. So unless you have YouTube Premium, those ads are not getting served, and as a result, that creator is not making money on that video. And I said, you can't say that because Reddit will rage over their free entertainment they feel entitled to. This person said, entitled, these creators do not justify me spending 1 minute watching ads on YouTube. And I said, if you're annoyed by 1 minute ads and you can't afford to spend $10 a month on YouTube Premium, you need to spend more time making money and less time watching YouTube. And they said, no, I'll keep Adblock, thanks. And I mean, they have a right to keep Adblock. Like, I'm not gonna go and witch hunt this person or something, but genuinely, like, that is true. And this person says, people don't want to watch adverts on YouTube like it's cable TV. It shouldn't be difficult to wrap your head around. And it's like, well, if you don't want to watch ads, then I guess you should just stop watching YouTube forever, because then YouTubers won't make money. How the you think YouTubers make money, dude? Like, I guess some of them have Patreons, but not everyone does Patreon, okay? Then their audience is individually paying more, which costs more than YouTube Premium, right? On average, if you want to support, like, let's say 5 of your favorite creators through Patreon, that's more than YouTube Premium. The beauty of the ad system is that you get to watch entertainment for free, and the only cost of that is you watch a minute of ads. I just buy YouTube Premium because it's like, I think it's $10 a month USD, and for that, I get no ads on any YouTube videos that I watch. And YouTube Premium, the money that is spent on that directly benefits the creators. And I know that because in my YouTube dashboard, I can physically see how much money people pay me through YouTube Premium. I can physically see how much money I make each month from YouTube Premium viewers. And it's like, there's these people who are like, oh, well, people just don't want to watch ads. Like, it's not that hard to wrap your head around. And it's like, on one hand, I understand this mentality because I also was like, 15 and liked Reddit a lot once. But at the same time, like, you're just not making a cogent argument. And like, if you just want to respond to me and be like, well, you're gay, like, I guess you can say that. And that's, I mean, that is funny. Like, I have to admit, that is funny. Like, if you just want to say, I'm going to use Adblock, Chad meme, okay, I don't give a shit, like, whatever. I'm not going to stop you because at the end of the day, it's not like I'm not making enough money. Enough people don't use Adblock that I'm more than fine, okay? I make more than enough money, undoubtedly. But for people who complain about React content, if you want to cause us to think about that, I also think Adblock would be a worthy issue to talk about. You can see here a bunch of people where like, this person said, average mad about Adblock nerd. This is Tananza with this chud, this little chud here, which is an IRL picture of me. This person said, sheer cope. And there's a bunch of people who like left a bunch of comments. I don't think any of these are actually real arguments. This person said, the same applies to you. You're not entitled to making money from YouTube ads. Put it behind a paywall or just don't throw a fit about people using Adblock. And I said, you can do whatever you want. I'm not mad about people using Adblock, but if YouTube wants to throw me a bone, why would I ever complain? This person says, you've never had a weird draw, a weird little groiper kid. I'm not sure why he thinks that I'm a groiper. I'm actually a graper in real life. This person said, it's not free entertainment if you pay for internet access. And I said, you think YouTubers or streamers get that money? And this person left the proper reply, which is absolutely true. This is just a factual statement. We have to censor this, but this is very true. This person said, person who feels entitled to money for making internet videos. And it's like, I don't feel entitled to money for making internet videos, but if you get millions of views on anything, people will pay for ads on it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's how the world works. So in a way, like, I feel a little bit entitled. I feel like thankful, but at the same time, like, if you're getting millions of hits on anything, you're gonna make money from that. That's how the world works, man. That's how the world works. And if you're not, then you're an idiot and you need to figure out how to make money from that. And so from that perspective, like, if YouTube went after people who use Adblock, if they were like, oh, you have to, stop using Adblock to view our website, I wouldn't complain, because at the end of the day, those people would maul for a second, and then they like watching YouTube videos, so ultimately they would disable Adblock and keep watching YouTube, and they get fucking owned. And that's what I like. Okay, that's what I like. And then I'd get an extra, I don't know, $1,000 a month or something from those people, and they can maul and cope, and I own. This guy says, yes, unironically act harder. It feels like a cope here to strawman his audience and paint them like Mr. Beast fans that just want him to pause every 2 seconds to make some noise. Like, no, I listen to your streams like a podcast, and you've just been putting out video after video while saying f all. Is that real?
Is that what you came here for? To solicit league games?
No, I was going to talk to you about the Fresh and Fit panel, but I don't know if you want to keep talking.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but I don't know what you are. You're like 3 types of fucking impatient. You can't watch a fucking video from the start. You gotta just jump to the middle. You don't even know what's happening in the middle. You're just like, yeah, this seems like a good place to start. You skip all of the interesting shit. You skip all of the parts of which Sharp is being like a fucking douche.
Yeah, I have to, there's a thing, yeah, I'm
prick.
changing up some of the shit. I just started doing this recently. I'm just permabanning the people that say anything. I think I blacklisted like 3 phrases that have to do with React. For a lot of the stuff, I need to watch it to like see what's going on and like learn or whatever. But I don't know if it's because a lot of the fucking retards in my chat are like watching XQC more or like what's going on. But like anytime I'm watching something, if I'm not like constantly talking like I'm Mr. Beast or some fucking YouTuber like Markiplier, people are like react more, react more, react more, react more, react more. And I'm just like trying to, and I don't even know what the fuck I'm watching yet. I'm like 2 minutes into this fucking video. I don't even know the people. But I've just started like permabanning like everybody that's like saying, even joking, saying stupid shit like that. I'll probably, yeah, do a little bit better at watching some long form stuff, but it's like, it's starting to like mind fuck me a a little bit.
I mean, I guess it is one thing, like if you watch the video through and then you have like a 30-minute discussion about it and what was in it, that's one thing. But if you're just watching the video for like 10 minutes straight and then clicking off because like, you know, you're bored or whatever, I feel like that's probably not the best way to go about it. I thought I was watching an Andrew Tate podcast because he just put on a video and let it run for 30 minutes before saying anything. I have to keep checking to make sure it isn't auto-playing to some other random shit. If you just want to be lazy and hard focus on Factorio, then just say that instead of being such a baby about people wanting commentary. Why am I even listening to / watching this guy if not to hear him talk about it? He puts the video in the corner so you can't even really see it that well if you wanted to, while having the main display be the factory no one but him cares about. Scusso ran over sorry, his content's been so uninspired lately, he's the only streamer I like to watch, so it's been real lame. I mean, you know, I understand the frustration from these guys, obviously, as Destiny viewers. I mean, the reason why I don't watch the streams themselves for the most part, like I don't watch him live, is because you have a lot of dead air and like him just like reacting to stuff, which I don't really care for. And that's why when I stream personally, I try to really avoid that. Like I'll either be playing a game and talking to people, or if I'm watching a video, I'm always adding stuff, I'm always adding commentary, and if I don't have anything to add, I click off the video as soon as possible so I don't watch it. For the most part, I mean, it is like my job to be an entertainer, so I feel like it's strange to me when some streamers, and this isn't even, you know, necessarily exclusive Destiny, we can talk about XQC or someone like that. It's strange to me when some streamers or entertainers don't feel like they have to entertain, you know, because I feel like when I'm on stream, I'm constantly being pressured to entertain, I'm constantly being pressured to add something, I'm constantly being pressured to give some input. But on the other hand, I see a lot of these other streamers who will just throw on a video and then just sit around and eat lunch for hour straight, and it's very strange to see, and I don't understand why people do that. I would feel personally insecure about doing that. I would feel like people aren't there for me, they're there for, you know, the Lemmino video I'm watching, or the Sunny V2 video I'm watching, or whatever else, right? But that's probably gonna wrap up this video about the React drama. There's not really much else to say. It seems like people are at kind of a standstill right now, and ultimately Destiny's right, unless someone starts filing DMCA claims against these content creators, against these streamers for, you know, putting these video essays in their videos, then no one's gonna care, no one's gonna do anything about it. And so from that perspective, we're just kind of waiting for that first strike, if it ever does come. And the same kind of goes for Sniper Wolf. Like, unless someone decides to DMCA some of her videos, and ultimately nobody's gonna care. So yeah, see ya. And if you liked this video, consider becoming a member. For $5 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts, unreleased videos, and the members only Minecraft server. Thanks so much to all of my YouTube members who fund my content.